Hey guys, in this video we're going to create this iPhone screen in Figma for a fictional SaaS company, and this is actually a screen from one of my UI kits which you can find in the link in the description. But without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. So in this tutorial we're going to go through step by step on how to create this screen. Right at this moment I am in Figma, and the only thing that I have really is just this image of this screen, and we're going to create it from scratch. So let's hop onto the frame tool, which is this one over here. I'm going to select phone, and for this specific example I'm going to select iPhone 8. And basically this is going to give me a preset size of the iPhone 8, and this is going to be very useful. But as you can see, the width, actually the height is much higher. So one thing that we're going to do is to just drag the whole artboard down, and also we can see that there is a difference in width. So we're going to adjust this image, which is quite big, to the same size of our iPhone, which is 375 pixels. So we're just going to match that and just copy and paste the same size so we can have it over here. So that's all good, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use icon jar, which is basically a software for searching icons, and we're going to use the Google Material Icons library. Now, if you do not have icon jar, you can actually go on Google and just search for icon jar, and the very first result is going to be icon jar. However, you can also use the Google Material Icon website in order to find the icons directly from there, and you can download it for free. And icon jar, I'm not affiliated to this whatsoever, but essentially you can download a free trial of icon jar, and you can see it here. And or you can buy it, and it's just like 29 bucks. It's just like a one-off, so no subscriptions. Again, I'm not affiliated. It's just a software which I think it's cool, and I use quite a bit, especially when working with Google Material Icons. But that being said, we're going to go here in icon jar, and I'm going to search for menu. And as you can see, the cool thing about icon jar is that I can simply select an icon, and I'm going to drag and drop it, and here I have it in Figma. So that's pretty cool. And I'm also going to ungroup it, and I'm going to delete this back layer because I want to have the icon as it is. Now I'm going to match the same color as the one in the screenshot. And guys, for this specific tutorial I'm not going to replicate it like exactly pixel by pixel. I just want to get the main idea over there. So as you can see, the icon is a little bit different, but you know, it's not a big deal as long as we get really close. And the main reason why I'm shooting this tutorial is for you guys to understand the workflows, to understand also some design nuggets here and there, some tips and tricks. So this is really where I want the attention to flow, and that's the reason why we're not going to go like pixel by pixel and really try to make everything pixel perfect in comparison. I just want you guys to get the main idea and to really learn the processes, and because these are the same processes which I use for working with companies of all kinds, from small startups who are just starting out, they want to achieve their first round of funding, all the way to multi-million-dollar companies. And by the way, I'm working full-time as a UI UX designer, and by full-time I'm not referring to the fact that I have that I work for a specific company only. I work for many different companies. I'm a freelance UI UX designer and consultant, and basically that's what I do. So each and every day And yeah, that's just my background. So right here I'm using Lato, which is funny, which was already selected, but basically I used the Lato, which is a Google free web font, which works really well for UI design projects, and I really like this font. It's just a great font to work with UI projects. And over here I'm going to use a shortcut in order to access the color picker, which is going to be Ctrl+C, and I think it pretty much matched it already. And now I'm going to make the font smaller for the dates. October 2017. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, maybe a 13 point. That could work. And let's go back to icon jar, calendar, no, the date, yep. Okay, and I'm going to add the date over here. I'm going to, I just pressed on K in order to scale, access the scale tool. And basically this allows me to scale this down. I'm also going to change the fill, and I'm going to use that specific color. I'm also going to use that color for the text, so that we're consistent overall. So I think this is looking good so far. I'm going to select both of these guys, and I'm going to use Alt and drag and drop it down. And as you can see, I just duplicated with the use of Alt. And let's substitute the text over here. And as you can see, working in Figma is very pretty straightforward, and it's been a software which I've been using for just a few months now, because prior to that I've been using Sketch for many years. But since I work 100% remotely and I have literally clients from all around the world, I started to use Figma because of its capabilities of collaborating remotely. So for example, with clients, I can just share them a link over here, and they can access the file in real time. It's almost like working with Google Docs or Google Sheets, where you can have multiple people accessing at different times and collaborate in real time. So really cool software for collaboration. Also, some of the things makes it easier to work with compared to Sketch, such as the commenting features directly on the canvas. So if I click here and I drop a comment, I literally receive an email notification, and the same is true for if my clients do that. So it's pretty cool to have everything in one single area. And yeah, if it's the first time you're trying out Figma, definitely recommend you to give it a shot. And there are some pros and cons compared to Sketch. However, I went into a lot of details in one of my recent videos, so you might want to check it out in my YouTube channel. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool software overall, and I think I'll be using it for a very long time. Although I still use Sketch and also Adobe XD from time to time, because each and every one has its pros and cons. But again, so over here, one thing that I'm going to do is to use the Command+G to group this item, and I'm going to duplicate it. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm holding Shift plus Alt again, and I just dragged the group down. So as you can see, it automatically duplicates it. And here's a cool trick. As I just did pressing Shift plus Alt, now I'm going to use Command+D, and as you can see, it's going to magically duplicate these groups as well. So pretty cool feature, pretty cool thing, and yeah, I think we have the base. Now I'm going to create these guys before refining these ones, and so yeah, let's go. I'm going to duplicate that once again. I'm going to select all of these guys over here, cancel, and I'm going to select both this and this one by using Shift in order to do that. And I'm going to rename Excel. Okay, now I'm going to use a cool trick over here on width, and that is using this sign and 3. Basically, what this did is essentially divide the current number by 3. So as you can see in Figma, similarly to what you can do in Sketches, you can use some basic math, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to group this and center align this one up, and I'm going to duplicate it a few times, select all of these, and distribute horizontally. So I think we're good. Actually, in this one I have a little bit more space in between, so one thing that I'm going to do is to just make this a little bit smaller, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to use Shift plus Alt again. Going to drag this one here and click on distribute horizontal spacing. So I think we're good now. And again, guys, we just want to get the main idea, and then we're going to go much more into the details. Some reason this has been duplicated. That's weird. But hey, anyways. Now let's go into the fun part, which is renaming all of the text. I'm just going to select all of these, get them centered, B2B, manage, and data. Okay, now we're going to add the spinner, so let's go back to icon jar. It's loading. This is going to be interesting because I have no idea where the spinner is, and we need to figure out where I can find it. Guys, I'm a little bit short for words because in these past days I've been I'm sure that you noticed, but I've been posting videos every day, and I wouldn't say I'm burned out because, you know, it's not something that burns me out, but I'm a little bit I've been working a lot this week, also on clients, hopped on tons of calls, did like really a lot of stuff, so yeah, couldn't find the spinner, so we're just going to use these guys for this time, and or actually I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use Nucleo, which is another icon library similar to icon jar, and here we go, managed to find the spinner. So yeah, Nucleo app, if you Google it, you're going to find it immediately. If you cannot find it for some reason, just Google Nucleo app icons. Yeah, I mean, there's no chance that you're not going to find it. So yeah, that's that. I think I like this spinner even more. So yeah, that's cool. So one thing that I'm going to do now is to simply select individually and these layers inside this group, and the way I've done it is by using Shift plus Command. I'm going to use the Ctrl+C in order to access the eyedrop tool. And I'm going to just briefly go over here and add these different colors. Remove the fill, add a stroke. Here we go. And this is starting to take shape pretty well. Okay, that's cool. Perfect. So we have the same style over here. I'm going to change the colors of these guys, and again I'm using Command in order to quickly access these shapes inside of these groups. And now let's change the text. This is the most exciting part by far. Changing text. Well, it's part of it. It's part of it, guys. So just get used to it. So I think we're good. The only thing that we would need to change at this point are the icons, and I think that I'm going to use Nucleo again. And guys, let me show you briefly where you can find Nucleo. So if I search on Google Nucleo, I don't really find much. If I search for Nucleo icon, you're going to go to this website, which is nucleoapp.com, and you can download a free app. You can also see all of the icons. They have over 27,500 icons, which is like a lot, and I really love this library. It's super flexible. The search feature is amazing, and yeah, really like Nucleo apps. So I'm going to use this one instead of the one which I used, which is the Google material. I think there are Google materials also here in Nucleo. It's just that searching for them is a little bit harder. So I'm just going to cheat, and I'm going to use the Nucleo icons. So the thing that I'm going to do is to simply add them quickly over here, and after that I'm going to just bring them where they should go. Book. Okay, I'm going to use this one. And I have the camera, and as you can see, using these apps is much better than going into the website and searching for them and individually download them and then find them in the Finder and whatnot. You can simply drag and drop, and it makes the whole process easier, a whole lot easier. So yeah, definitely something which highly recommend you to look into, because it's a game changer. We're going to search for the dashboard, if I can spell it. Otherwise, we are not going to be able to have that. Now the list. Oh my god, I cannot spell anything. This is amazing. So I'm gonna go with this is not really a management one. Let me find a better one. I think we can definitely find better than that. So okay, archive, find this one here, and download. I think some of these icons which we're finding are even better than the one that I used originally, so this is good. Okay, amazing. So at this stage, I'm just going to go over here. I'm just going to ungroup all of these guys, and just going to also go over here and group these ones too, and just get rid of them. I think it's going to be the faster and easiest way. And yeah, I'm just going to drag and drop it, add the color. I'm not going to be too fancy with the sizing over here, but you know, we get the my idea, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. Now, the cool thing about not grouping the icons right away, or not grouping these all groups right away, is that we can just drag and drop it inside, and we can just group them all at once afterwards. So just going to be an easier way to do it. Here we go. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And I access the scale tool by pressing on K. So this was quite useful to really get into it. And here we go. We're almost finished, guys. Just need to substitute these icons as well. And I'm going to ungroup all of this. And I'm going to bring all of these guys right here. So yeah, once we have these icons, we're going to be pretty good to go. And by the way, guys, this was part of a UI kit, and I myself, I created many UI kits. You can see the link in the description again. And basic UI kits are great because they can help you save some time. So let's say that you're working for a client project with on a screen which is very similar to this one. If you just have the UI kit, you can literally like copy and paste it, and you can adapt it to this specific client project and visual style. But as you can see, it's going to be pretty quite fast thing to do. And for some projects it works, other ones doesn't. Really depends on what kind of project you're working on, but yeah, they really can be a great time saver. So here we go. Perfect. So in our case, we have a little bit of bigger icons, and also one thing that I'm going to do is to just make this a little bit smaller. Here we go. Oops. Here we go. So that's perfect. The only thing that we're missing is the logo. Now I do not have the logo, so I'm going to cheat over here, and I'm just going to take a screenshot with the screenshot app, which is inside the Mac by default. However, you can use any screenshot software. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, this is a little bit of cheating. Do not do this if you're working on a client project. You want to have this one in SVG for sure. But yeah, as you can see, we have our screen. And this is it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know, and especially if you have any questions regarding Figma or UI UX design in general. I really enjoy doing software tutorials and helping you guys out, but I also do videos on UI UX design and the freelance and business part of it, also the marketing behind being a UI UX designer, and really how to get clients, and all of the things that are going to help you out in your design career. So feel free to check out my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button down there and activate the bell notification so that you're going to receive a notification each and every time I'm going to post a video. And again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.